Leroy Griffith Jr., founder and CEO of A Time to Give Back to Africa, Inc., a non-profit organization based here in Brooklyn, New York. It's 501c3, so that means anything that you donate to us, you get a tax exempt or write-off. I started this non-profit organization because I wanted to help my people. As the name clearly states, A Time to Give Back to Africa. Africans are all over this world, including the Caribbean. You know, I did a lot of work in West Africa, mainly Bamako and Mamali, Timbuktu, Gao, a little Burkina Faso in the beginning, Senegal, Nigeria, Ghana. Coming from Trinidad and Tobago, first of all, Trinidad and Tobago is a frolic country, you know, a real party country. You know, we are like in the top 5 party countries in the world. I think Brazil is #1, we are second, I think it's Germany, Mexico, or something like that. And it's cool to be on a list like that. I mean, there's no other frolic or festival like Carnival, or music, or culture. But there's also another list that we are on, and that's the list of countries not to travel to because of the crime. I love Carnival. I went to Carnival for the first time actually last year and had a great time. My team and I, and all my donors that have helped us with our last year project, we came together and was able to provide Chromebooks, books for our library, soccer cleats and equipment, high quality Wi-Fi system. We were able to do that at Our Lady of Laventille RC Primary School last year. And I was at the school 2 months ago, and I've seen the impact that it has had on the students and the school body and everything. You know, so we did that last year. That was a total success. And now this year, we also want to do that for 3 other schools. You know, I believe that, you know, 1 school at a time, 2 schools at a time, 3 schools at a time, whatever we can do to make sure that we try to address this problem that we are dealing with and don't try to turn a blind eye to it or to pretend that it's not there, especially if it didn't reach home to us yet. But I'm sure everybody that's listening to this presentation here, okay, knows someone that's been a victim to the lawlessness and the crime that we have going on in Trinidad right now. You know, it's everything going on. It's carjacking, it's killing, gangs, you name it, it's going on in a little country. You know? That's why we are also on the list of places not to travel to. You understand? So I'm not going to just pretend and hope that it goes away someday, you know, because I plan one day when I get older to retire in Trinidad and Tobago. I would love that. And I know there's a lot of other people who feel the same way, that's living right in America here right now, you know, and that they are scared or they probably had some experience that deterred them from even wanting to go back home. You understand? Education, opportunity in sports, the arts, the plain knowledge of self is definitely a deterrent to crime. And you can see that there's a lot of ignorance, because I say to myself, how come the youths are not seeing for themselves what's the result of this gang life or this crime life of crime or unruliness? Look at how many of our young folks are dead. They didn't even get to reach the age of 30 or 25. Look how many of them are locked up in the prisons, and the prisons is no place anybody wants to be. It's one of the dirtiest, nastiest, most messed up places. We have to create options, other options for our youths in our communities. You know, one guy said to me, he said, man, I would love to give you some money and think to this thing, but you people with these non-profit organizations, we don't know what it is you all will be doing with the donations when you all get it, you know, and then we don't get to see anything being done with the so-called donations and so forth. And I feel you. I feel you. You understand? I would probably have the same concerns too if I was to give up my hard-earned money towards a cause. But with our organization, A Time to Give Back to Africa, we are aware of these concerns. So we have always exercised total transparency. When you go to our website or to our YouTube page, you can see everything that we have done since the conception of this company, documented and well documented. You know, as far as like our campaigns, you can see footage of the collecting of the merchandise and the distribution of the merchandise. You understand? When it comes to monetary donations, we have a printout on our page that shows who donated and how much they have donated. You also have an idea of what expense we had to deal with in order to get the merchandise from New York City to Trinidad and Tobago, or whether it's to Mali, or whether it's to Ghana, or whether it's to Nigeria. Everything is there for you folks to see. You understand? Because transparency is definitely the key when dealing with charity work and gaining the trust of your donors. As we all know, in this business, it's not easy. So we try to always provide all the information to our donors so that they can feel comfortable working with us. I am not doing this on my own. I have a team. Our goal is to provide the resources necessary for our youth to have options with computers and Chromebooks. That's a wealth of information that our students are being exposed to as education and the resources towards education, evolve. We want to make sure that we provide these resources to our youth so that they don't get left behind, so that they don't feel left out, so they don't feel like nobody cares. And again, I don't want to be redundant, but statistics have shown that in the cases where folks were able to have access to education, sports, and the arts, things changed. Okay? I'm actually hearing folks talking about, I'm dunce, I'm fully dunce, and I'm proud to say that. The Trinidad and Tobago that I came from, education was always something that we have implemented, in our culture, in the psyche, in the weaving of our community. Education was always a key. My role model are people like Dr. Eric Williams, Uriah Butler, Stockley Carmichael, and the list goes on. And to see the state that we are in now because of ignorance, it's really sad to see that. This is the time when you folks that feel the same way like I do, and my team do, and my supporters do, can get involved. Get involved with us so that we can create opportunities, options, and the resources for our youth to choose another path away from crime and unruliness and craziness and madness and destruction. If you feel the same way I do about what's going on in Trinidad and Tobago, join us on this mission to empower 3 primary schools. Join us in providing Chromebooks, sports equipment, books for library, proper internet, proper TV monitors. Help us with this mission for the sake of our youth. And if you feel like you don't want to donate your funds and you don't feel comfortable with that, that's okay too. You can purchase a Chromebook, you can purchase cleats within the size of 8 and 12, and come and donate it to us or ship it to us, and we will make the donation, and you'll be able to see that again, because like I mentioned, everything is documented. As much as we love our country, it's in a terrible state, and I believe that if we are proactive now, the future could be way brighter. And I believe we can definitely do it together. As overwhelming as it may seem, one cocoa full the basket, we could definitely reach the goals that we are trying to reach. Let's show some accountability. Don't let us just wait for the politicians and them to fix the situation that we are dealing with at hand. Because we are dealing with the same situation when we are in the hands of the UNC and whilst we were in the hands of the PNM. It's the same as the old folks say, khaki pants. So we have to now get involved and change the narrative. This campaign is going to end at the end of October. So you have some time, not much time, to get involved. Please get involved. We can make a difference together. Again, I'm Leroy Griffith Jr. and warmest regards